Quora. Do you know what Quora is? Of course you don't. Why would you know what Quora? Nobody uses Quora. Why would you know what it is? Okay, I mean, I'll tell you. But so basically, Quora is like a website. It's like a forum kind of where you can post questions about anything you want, and then random people can come and answer them. I don't know why that's like some people's go-to way of getting advice. I mean, you could probably get better answers from literally anywhere else. But the only reason I know about it is because I think I was trying to troubleshoot something with my computer and I Googled it, and the only thing that I could find was like a Quora page, and the only way I could read the answers was if I signed up. So I just signed up because I was like, screw it, I just need to figure out how to fix my computer. And then I didn't get the answer I was looking for anyways, and it didn't work. But then I was, signed up to their stupid email list, so then I kept getting sent these emails with like newsletters about questions people asked. And I realized a lot of these questions people asking are parenting-based questions. There's a lot of parents that they're using this website to figure out how to parent or how to be parents, or if their parenting is correct. Regardless, it makes for some pretty entertaining reading material. So I've collected a bunch of questions that I've seen on Quora from parents, and I'm going to read them to you and also read some of the answers. And maybe we can learn a little something about being parents, because I'm not a parent, okay? I do have a child. Come here, son. There we go. I do have a child, but the government does not legally consider him alive. So technically I'm not a parent in the eyes of the state. But in my heart, I am a parent. So I'm going to learn so much about being a parent, and if I'm doing the right things as a parent, it's going to be a learning experience for me and you, and for my son as well. It's going to be a learning experience for everybody, and I think that's always a good thing. All right, let's get to it. All right, so I have some questions here. We should keep in mind that the person, the profile above the question here is the person that answered it. Do not judge that person, that profile for the question, because you have to judge them for their answer, because that's what they gave. I deleted my son's Minecraft world. What do I do? There really is nothing you can do about it. When you delete a Minecraft world, it's gone forever. That's like having someone come up to you while you're working on something that you really worked hard on and cared about, and ripped it up. I'm a child myself, and please don't resort to doing this. If you made a beautiful painting that you spent months on, and not like a day on or like a day off, like full 24 hours of a month straight, you do something wrong, so you're punished by your mother or father smashing that painting. That's what it's like, deleting hours of time and work. I mean, that's well said, Matthew. I do tend to think that, actually Minecraft might be harder than painting. So if I'm being honest with you, you're an awful parent. Minecraft worlds take so much dedication and time to make, and you just delete it? And no, he can't get it back. It's gone forever. Just so you know, your child's gonna hate you a lot for quite some time. You're like Hitler. But even Hitler cared about Germany or something.
Sleep with your bedroom door locked.
This is all valid advice. I mean, that kid's gonna be pissed. I have a Minecraft world I've been working on with my brother for years. It's a creative world that we've put a combined total of over 1,000 hours into. It basically is an entire city we've made, complete with tons of different houses and structures and sculptures / pixel art. I have many backups, but if somehow all of them got deleted, I would be absolutely fuming. And if I knew it was someone other than my brother or me who deleted them, I'd never talk to that person again. That's just me. That's really impressive. I don't think I have the skills or patience to make a city. Off topic, bro. This is a serious thing. That is fucked up. Deleting something that takes hours upon hours of a child's work? Wow. I would rather you belt the kid than do something like that. You would rather he physically abuse his son? Oh my. Take it from someone who knows. Now, this person definitely has a horrific backstory. Physical pain is better than a psychological one. At least you can fix physical injury. Take something that a child considers precious to them. Well, yeah, you can fix a physical injury, but I mean, if there's trauma tied to that physical injury that is then turned into psychological injury, then it's kind of like the same thing, right? I just hope the kid ain't the vengeful type, because those type of things stick to them for the rest of their lives. They may not affect you personally, but somewhere in the future, they would remember this feeling of loss and betrayal, and they would instinctively inflict it upon others. Holy shit. What have you done to this child? This poor child is becoming a monster. He's going to destroy everything around him because of the trauma you inflicted by deleting his Minecraft world. How dare you? My son watches anime. How do I tell him that it's only for little kids? Simply, you don't. With all due respect, anime is not only for kids. Quite honestly, many animes are only for older viewers. If it's what your son finds funny or interesting, then I would say let him do it. This is my point of view. Take it or leave it. Thank you for your time. That was a respectful answer. All right, let's see what else we have. First of all, fuck you. Anime or animation adaptation is not only for children, okay? The age on the screen showing before the show starts is only an advisory of how old one should be to view the show. All that said, anime is separated in categories. Babies, toddlers, children, teens, adults, even pornography. That's how it goes. That's how it's classified. The baby section, toddler section, children section, teen section, adult section, and for pornography section. It's obviously, you don't put the pornography and the baby section next to each other. Jeez, it's like they don't know about anime. And then somebody replied to that answer saying, did you expect to get anywhere with that? Maybe he is wrong, but that's why you can use words to help him rather than start with an aggressive and ignorant line like that. No, you gotta hit him hard. You gotta come right out the gate with the fuck you. Fuck you, anime's awesome! In my opinion, if you've ever watched an anime film or been around anime fans, you should know that you have to monitor what your child is watching since it can get highly inappropriate in sexual and violent nature. Yeah, seriously, you gotta be careful. You don't want your kids hanging out with anime fans, okay? They get sexual real quick. I mean, like, way too fast. If you are looking for a babysitter or like a caretaker, do not let an anime fan watch your kids, okay? I think it's fine. Sometimes children TV brings back good memories of childhood and enjoying things that you would as a kid. Plus, Disney can be for everyone. I don't think he is too old for it. If he enjoys it, why not? Sometimes I put on Winx Club, and I'm 20. But I also love Game of Thrones and plenty of adult TV. Plus, some anime is explicit. I used to watch High School of the Dead, which is a very explicit anime with lots of boobs in. With all due respect, anime isn't for children. This is coming from a teenager of 16 years old. Guys, he knows shit, okay? He's 16, he knows everything. Anime can be many things. There is family-friendly anime, to wholesome, to stuff that just hits you way too hard in the feels, to high fantasy like the stuff you find in books, sci-fi, to literal psychological horror. Anime is a medium with a capital M, not a genre. Do research before you ask stuff like this. Coming out hot with that 16-year-old knowledge. Respect. So far we've covered a lot of important aspects of parenting when it comes to Minecraft, when it comes to anime, but what about sports, right? Let's look at this. My kid could nearly throw a baseball 102 miles per hour at 16 years old. Other parents think it's dangerous and have signed a petition to ban him from league play. Legally, can they do this? 102 miles per hour? Can you, what? Your 16-year-old just doesn't throw 100 miles per hour, or else he would be all over ESPN and MLB headlines. Stephanie coming in with a hot take. I call bullshit. The fastest pitch ever recorded is like 105. If your 16-year-old throws that fast, he would have scouts looking at him and he would be all over the news. And then from here, this actually becomes much more interesting. It becomes even more of a debate. That actually depends. It may have been true at one point in time, but these days not so much anymore. Pro scouts don't necessarily look at arm strength and arm speed anymore. They're looking more for durability these days. The harder you throw, the faster you destroy your body. Not just your arm, your entire body. That in turn can cause psychological damage. Again, more psychological damage. And that is something that all the money in the world can't repair. What? Oh, okay. That was a detour. Let's say you were truthful. If he/she can, has it been tested by a reputable authority? If he/she can he actually control the pitch? If he/she can, are you talking about softball? Asking the tough questions here, oh my lord. This is where the whole gender thing breaks down. The kid, if he actually existed, which he doesn't, is a male 100%. No need to be politically correct. Biology is real. Only a male 16-year-old human being could be physically capable of throwing that fast. Again, these 16-year-olds, apparently 16-year-olds are like the most powerful human beings on the planet. But after all this, did you answer his fucking question or did you just come here to call him a liar? And after all of that arguing, after all of that debate about gender in sports or what scouts are looking for or professional players destroying their throwing arms and shit like that, This is what happens. Hi friend. Turns out he had his sensor set in international units. Once the device was set to American, everything was swiftly sorted out. So you're telling me you asked this question about, which first of all, nobody answered, by the way. The original question was it legal for their child to be banned for throwing a ball that fast? And most people were just saying, oh, that's bullshit, or talking about other nonsense. But it turns out after all of that, they just had they had their speedometer set to international units and were reading it wrong. That makes sense, haha. Which is about 62 miles per hour, which is still decent for his age. No, there wasn't a problem after all. Oh, look at these silly parents arguing about absolute nonsense when it was just a setting. They just had to change the setting. Wow, look at all this wasted time. My child ate candy without my consent. They are forbidden from eating any sweets. Is it appropriate to revoke their internet privileges indefinitely to teach them accountability? Your child ate candy without your consent? Well, did the child consent to eating the candy? Because that's probably more important that somebody didn't just shove it down his throat. Is it legal for my 16-year-old daughter to take my son to the park for 2 hours and give him McDonald's without my permission? I mean, you know, some 16-year-olds are very powerful, as I've learned. They're very knowledgeable. They're also like the most powerful baseball throwers of all time. But to think that a 16-year-old would stoop to taking someone to the park and giving them McDonald's is just, this has crossed the line. We can't live in a society like this. My youngest son refuses to visit his father in prison. I get that his father is in prison for abusing him, but I want him to at least have a conversation with his father. What do I do? My 14-year-old son was caught selling vapes at school. When I confronted him, he slapped me and told me he didn't ask for my opinion. Should I punish him or let him go with a warning? Remember when I thought that 16-year-olds were the most powerful? I take that back. If a 14-year-old can slap his mother, that's next level. That is, okay, all four. I think if we take people from age 14 to 16, lock them all up, because that's just a dangerous time period. That's a dangerous age group. You are in deep and way over your head with your 14-year-old son. If you have to ask if you should punish him, then you really need help. This child of yours is obviously running the show and abusing you. You need help now. Your son is headed for a lot of trouble in society and will eventually end up in jail. Do not wait another day. Do not ever allow him to hit you again. If he does, pick up the phone and call the police. You have been assaulted and that is a crime. Get help. Please, you are in danger and your son is out of control. Oh my God. Again, he's 14. He can't be that strong, right? He can't do that much damage to an adult human. Rebecca, we need someone level-headed to come in here, because I don't know if that answer was a good one, that last one. I wish I had some good suggestions for you, but when my son balled up his fist to come at me around that age,
I punched him dead center in his chest. His shit caved in and he lost all of his breath when he hit the floor.
Oh my, okay, well that, again, also might not be a good answer. The first answer was to call the police. Your son is a dangerous criminal. The second answer was beat the shit out of your son. Is there not a medium between these two? Is there not like a better way to do? Okay. If I did that, no joke, I'd be dead, literally. As a kid, I once stole 10 NPR, which is currently equivalent to 0.086 cents, and I was thrown off a one-story building, and that's how I learned. You were what? You stole less than a cent, and you were thrown off of a single-story building. I mean, I guess it's better than more than one story. Had I been selling vape and slapped my father, he would kill me and go to prison. What is wrong with your parents? And I'm glad he was like that, because every punishment shaped me to become better. You're glad your father would have literally murdered you and gone to prison for slapping him? You're glad, okay? Oh, here we go. This is in Asia, if you're wondering, and it was about 15 years. Oh, that makes so much sense. Now, that makes, okay, that adds, yeah. It was Asia, and it was 15 years ago. Everybody knows that 15 years ago in Asia was where this stuff happened. Again, these parents are crazy people. They're crazy people, I guess. Are all parents, do you have to be crazy to be a parent? I feel like that's a thing. I think you have to be somewhat messed up in your head to be a parent. I mean, God, do I know it? I mean, look at this little bastard, all right? I'm insane. I'm mental. Will my 13-year-old child get used to living with 4 younger cousins? My husband and I left her in the US with my sister to work in Bora Bora. We'll be back in 6+ years. My sister says that my daughter isn't adjusting to living with other kids. What in dog's name is wrong with the two of you? Your daughter is not a pet to be placed in a kennel because you want to do something that doesn't allow her to be with you. Get your selfish butts back to take care of your child. Why did you ever have a child? You do not deserve to have a kid, and remember, karma is a bitch. They got a point though. They have a point. 6 years? They're gonna leave their 13-year-old kid. We'll be back in 6 years. You just drop your kid off at their aunt's place and just say, all right, see you in 6 years, kiddo. If I was 13 and I looked up where my parents are without me and saw the pictures Google returned to me after typing in Bora Bora, I would be all kinds of for my parents. Yeah, wait a minute. Bora Bora. Is that like a tropical, let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, so you're leaving your child for 6 years to go live on an island resort without them. Don't worry, we'll be back in 6 years. We're gonna go live on an island resort and just kind of like vacation for 6 years while you go through like the most struggling parts of your teenage life. So yeah, see you later, kid. My child is forbidden from eating sugar. Recently, they went to a friend's house and the friend's parents fed my child sugar. Is this grounds for a lawsuit? Yes, and you'll more than likely win. I doubt your child can afford a lawyer, but even if they can, I'm sure you can afford a better one. If you go for this in a really aggressive way, you can bankrupt the little beggar and make his life hell for years to come. That's a great answer. Honestly, yeah, I mean, sue their ass, right? Like, seriously, they're your kid. They probably don't even know how to hire a lawyer, let alone represent themselves in a court of law if they're just like a stupid dumb kid that eats sugar. So go for it. All right, well, there we have it. Those were the funniest questions and answers I could find on Quora about parenting. These parents are all over the place. They've got a lot to learn and they've got a lot to teach each other. So it's good that there's a place like Quora for them to discuss these sorts of things. Because if there wasn't, I don't know what they would do. I don't know. Actually, talk to other people in real life that know how to do stuff. I don't know. So from me and my son here, I just want to thank you for watching. I hope you learned a lot, and this has been the parents of Quora. So, what? You ate sugar without my consent? Oh, hell no. That's it. No birthdays, no more internet, no Minecraft, okay? No anime. You don't get anime anymore. You know what? No legs. No more legs. Yeah. Capital punishment.